Good morning, my friends. Hello and welcome. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to episode 44. Glad if you can join me today. I truly appreciate it. It's going to be a special episode. This is number 44. And this is called Shoutouts and Appreciation. Although there's not going to be any shoutouts. And as if you noticed from my last stream, there was no intro as well. So this is going to be more or less an awareness type of stream. And I got Danny's blessings to do this. Hello, Philip Cochran. How you doing? Good to see you here. This is going to be a more calm, more or less awareness type of stream. So, yes, it's a little bit different. I mean, I do have my coffee, just so you know. How's it going, Philip? How's it going by you? We are freezing here in Siberia, as it's being dubbed. Siberia. Philip Cochran says he's got a bottle full of tequila on the ready. So what time is it over by you, Philip? View this. How's it going? Good to see you here. Thank you for coming to the stream. It's a special type of stream. No shout outs at all. I do have a slideshow, but it's not the kind of slideshow I thought I would be making. But nevertheless, it's got to happen. And it's just to bring awareness to a situation that happened not too long ago. View this as good to see you, sir. Yeah, definitely. And I've been visiting your channel and I've been supporting you and trying to keep up with everything. 9 a.m. Same as you. Okay, cool. Yeah, glad to see you guys here this morning. Thank you for joining me. It's going to be slightly different. And yes, I do have a slideshow, but the photos on the slideshow are not going to be any of my photos and not the kind of photos that I ever thought that I would be sharing on a live stream, but nevertheless, that's what we're gonna do. So thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate it. For everyone that's been checking out my previous content, it's been tough for me to be on because of the fact that I'm preparing for a show. I play in a band called Blood of the Wolf, and we have a performance coming up this Saturday with a band called Internal Bleeding from New York, and they're coming down. We're gonna be playing at Reggie's. So because of that, been just practicing, doing a lot of band rehearsals, and also got a show March 22nd with my other projects, so been rehearsing with them. So really had no time to be on and catching up, but I will be doing some catching up very, very soon. I took care of all the problems. If you were on my last live stream, there were some issues with it was kind of cutting in and out, but that seems to be fixed now. I took care of it, and it's all good. And we're going to get into the situation in just a few minutes. So regardless, we've been practicing, preparing for the show. It's going to be an exciting one. I'm very thrilled to be part of it, and it's going to be awesome. So again, I'm always going to be doing the videoing and some photographs for the show, so you're probably going to see that in the following weeks. I got a lot more tutorials coming up. If you guys been checking out, if you watch the rebroadcast, let me know if you're enjoying the tutorials with Android and the Open Camera app. I've been using it, and as I find things and I'm doing things with it, I'll make a tutorial video, not only just for you guys, but for myself as a reference, so I can come back and make sure that I'm using the right settings and going about it the right way. Cool. Thanks, Philip. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate you guys being here. It's totally awesome. This is episode 44. I can't believe it. I mean, we're this far into it, and very cool to have you guys here. Let me take some sip of my coffee before I get into my little story here. All right. I also want to tell you about my Amazon store. So that one, I've been building that up, and I'll be sharing some of that information with you guys very soon. I think it's awesome. In the store, I'm able to create lists of the gear that I have, so it's going to make it much easier when people come and ask me about either the cameras, the audio gear that I use for recording, stuff for live streaming, lighting, and basically everything that I get my hands on that you guys saw me talk about. It's all in one place, and you guys can visit and you guys can check that out, and it's just gonna make things so much easier. So I'm gonna be talking about that very, very soon. Cool. Thank you very much. All right, so let's get into it, and I'm gonna first read off the story, and then I'll let you know how. What's up, Danny? How's it going? Perfect timing, man. I'm just about to discuss the situation. So now that he's here, I can kind of go get into it and explain to you what's happening. So uh, last week, as you know, I am an admin in the group YouTube Support for Video Creators, and Danny Make is a part of it. And I had been checking, and I noticed that he was off due to a situation. So his sister-in-law and his family recently lost their home to a house fire, and it's very sad. No one was hurt except for the kitten, and I want to bring light to this situation. I want to dedicate this stream completely towards it because it's the right thing to do, and I think that we have, as a community, we can come together and help. And if anything, we can at least share the link, which is in the description of the stream. Let me say hi to Computar. How's it going? Good morning. Good to see you here, my friend. None of your business. Hello. How's it going? Good to see you here. Definitely. Welcome, guys. And right now I'm going to switch over to the story, and I'm just going to read it off to you as it is listed on their page. So I'm going to switch over real quick. I'll read it. So I'm not ignoring you guys. Just want to read it quickly so then we can, so you guys can get on base with what I'm talking about. All right, so they have a GoFundMe page, okay? And this is Heather and Ryan Warnke. Here we go. So this is what is in the page. I'm not going to read off the people who are already helping out. So many of you guys are already helping, which is awesome. It's incredible. So here we go. Our beautiful friends Heather and Ryan Warnke tragically lost their home today in a house fire. Sadly, their kitten Pepper did not make it. Thankfully, no one else was in the home at this time. However, they lost everything. Heather is 5 months pregnant, so this is very stressful for her and her baby. Ryan's daughter, Melena, has been affected greatly and has a great deal with the loss of her home and her kitty. Heather and Ryan are truly good people and will give the shirts off their backs to anyone in need. So please help this family somehow try to rebuild, and let's show them some love and some kindness as they have shown everyone that they know. All right, so that's the story, and the link is in the description of this live stream. So if you watch the rebroadcast, you can go and read the story. At that time when I heard about this, they were staying with Danny Mick at the time, and as of today, they're staying at a hotel. But if you go to that page and check out their story, even if you don't donate, you can help them out by at least sharing the link. So let me go back, and it's a little bit different. It's kind of throwing me off balance because I'm not used to, I'm usually like very hyper. This is completely honest. I'm usually completely hyper animated, but this really, it's a sad story, and it's kind of hard for me to keep it together because it's very sad, actually. Danny Mix says, thanks for doing this, Frank. Sorry that we are taking serious approach today, but it's a terrible situation. Rick, what's up, brother? Tamales and coffee. Thank you, man. Great to see you here, man. Guys, Rick Hernandez is a drummer in Blood of the Wolf, and yeah, Rick, as I was explaining, this is usually a very like upbeat and kind of crazy stream, and but it's a little bit more somber today because of a situation. I consider Danny a very good friend of mine, and I just want to bring attention because this stuff that's happening with him and his family. Hey, John, good to see you here. Let me see, make sure I'm not missing anything. Philip, tragic story. Thank goodness they were not hurt. Yes. It's okay, Frank. Real life is not always fun and games. Yeah. So like I said, it's hard for me, and it's throwing me off a little bit, because I like to, talk and be fast and stuff. But I didn't think I was gonna have a hard time doing this, and it's strange because I had I've been prepping all week for it and thinking about it, and then now that it's all happening, yeah, it's tough, but to make things bring light to this whole situation has brought a lot of people together. A lot of people in the group have come together to help them out. So as you read the story, and for those of you guys coming in, no one was hurt. The kitten died. Um, but if anyone is hurt the most, I think it's the little girl, and I think that's why it feels sad because her experience is monumental, right? As adults, we can take a lot of stuff, but as a kid, losing their home and losing their cat, and just thinking about that, that's a horrible thing. Um, so do what you can. If you can share the link, that'll be awesome. Even that, just a small gesture, that would be great. Life through a lens. How's it going? Good to see you here. Danny makes this so you know they are doing much better today and are in high spirits. So that's awesome. That is awesome. That makes me very happy. Many more smiles this Wednesday versus last Thursday. Well, that's great, man. I'm glad to hear it, Danny. Life through a lens is saying hi to Philip. All right, guys. So with Danny's blessings, and he actually went out and he took some photos, and we're gonna do the slideshow. Like I said, it's not the typical slideshow that I normally do, but I think it'll bring things into a different perspective for you guys. And if you watch the rebroadcast, you can kind of see the magnitude of this tragedy. So I'm gonna transition into this, and let's have a look at this stuff. And Danny, thanks so much for going out there and getting these photos. These are Danny's pictures, guys, and I have his permission to use them here on the stream. Just to clarify. So let's get into it. Here we go. Sorry for not being too chipper today, but here we go. All right. So what you're watching here, this is their home. Thank you guys for joining the live stream too, and hanging out with me, even though I know it's more not what you're used to on the stream. Yeah, Philip. No, and Danny, it's more or less, you know, to show the people the magnitude of the situation, so they realize, what it is, and it's happening in the middle of winter, so you can only imagine, if this was your house, um, you know, and it's so awesome, I mean, that they have somebody like you, Danny, that was able to put them up right away. As you can see, it's a total loss. There's no way to come back from that. So Danny Mick saying it was an electrical fire. Okay, that I didn't know. So if you guys are watching this on the rebroadcast, or if you didn't know anything about this, it was an electrical fire, according to Dan. That part I did not know up until this very moment. If it fits, it bakes. Hey, how's it going? If it fits, good to see you. Let me just catch up. For those of you guys watching, let me just catch up. If it fits, it bakes. This is an awareness stream. It's not my typical shout-out type of deal. Bringing light to this situation. Danny Mick's family, sister-in-law just lost their house. So what you're seeing here, the slideshow, is photographs of the fire that they lost their home last week. It's just to make sure you guys are all up on your smoke and CO2 detectors up to code. Yes. Steph Opal, good morning. Glad I was able to make my stream. Steph Opal in New Orleans, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. There's a special place in heaven for people like you, Danny. Of course. Life through a lens. Hi there, Steph Opal. Hope all is well. Yeah, so if it fits, it bakes. And anybody who's just watching, just coming in, the slideshow you're watching here, this is Heather and Ryan's Warnke home was destroyed last week in a fire, and they lost everything. Yes, so what you're seeing here, if you're just joining the live stream, like I said, this is not my typical type of thing to do, but you all need to know this stuff. Opal, just see what's going on. Is this a tornado? No, stuff. Opal. Danny Mick's family lost their home to an electrical fire, And these are Danny's photos that he took so that I can show on this live stream, because I'm dedicating this live stream to their family. Their campaign, my GoFundMe campaign, is down in the description. I'm not asking you guys to donate to it. If you guys feel it in your heart that you want to, then go ahead. But if you can at least share the link, that'll be awesome. But here, this is the magnitude of the fire. This is an electrical fire, guys, and you can see that the type of damage that it caused. They have a little girl, and she's having, to deal with this and the fact that the little kitten died in the fire. Just so you guys know. And like I was saying earlier, if you watch it, it's throwing me off balance here to do this, because I'm very, as you know, in my live streams, I'm very hyper, I'm very happy and upbeat. So it's throwing me off balance a little bit to do this, but it needs to be done. It's the right thing, and I think that, if I can bring a little bit of awareness, and to be honest, there's a lot of people already that have come together to help them out, and as Danny says, they're in better spirits now. They're staying at a hotel, and things are getting better. But Steph Opal says, "So I'm sorry. Oh my God, my heart is sad." Yeah. I mean, there's no other way to put it. Yeah. And I mean, like I was saying, I think the hardest part for me is knowing that there's a child involved, and I don't have any kids myself, but I can definitely tell. Danny Mix says, my sister-in-law said that she was blow drying her hair, and then the circuit tripped. She called her husband to reset it, and when he got home, but the fire happened after she had left to work. Okay. So guys, there's more information here provided by Danny. On top of, by the way, these are Danny's photos that he took, and he is giving me permission to use them on this live stream, so that I can bring attention to this. Danny and his family are very good people. I feel a sense in that in my spirit, and having interviewed him and been knowing him, for a very long time now, almost a year, and this definitely needs some attention from you guys. All right, so yeah, so he's giving me a play-by-play as we're going through, because I don't know the outlaying on the hand, but you're saying that was the baby's room. So as it comes back around on the slide, maybe you can let me know again, but I'm assuming that's the living room. Frank, this is heavy. I'm crying. I really don't know how else to encompass the whole thing, the magnitude of it. That's the kitchen. That's the garage. Okay. Yeah, I know. Fish Sandwich Show. Good morning. How's it going? Good to see you here. It's a little bit of a different stream today. Fish Sandwich Show and everybody else in the stream, very different than what I'm used to doing. But so that was the pantry. Yeah, I noticed the shelving units in there. So Fish Sandwich Show. Friends of mine are going through a tragedy. They lost their home in a house fire. It's an electrical fire, and I'm doing the stream for them so that you guys can at least check out their story in the link below, and they have a campaign to help them out. They're going through a very tough situation. It's very heartbreaking. It's sad, but I think it's human beings. I think we all need to at least know and help each other out, even if it's just awareness. As Danny Mix said, this was an electrical fire. Danny Mix says it's Steph Opal. They are doing much better. They do have insurance. So that was the living room. That was the garage. So it's all going in a rotation. So as you're seeing these, that's the baby's room. Like I said, that the worst part is, that they have a little girl. Heather is 5 months pregnant, guys. So she's gonna have a baby, soon. So whatever you can do, like I said, I'm not asking you guys to give money unless if you feel like you need to, then please do. But if at the very least you can share the link, that'll be awesome. Art by Sabrina. Oh my God, just horrible. Yes, it is. But I think that this is why we do this. Like I said, this is usually the shout outs and appreciation type of thing. And yeah, I'm usually here cracking jokes and doing all kinds of silly stuff. But this is a little bit different. Art by Sabrina. If you read up on the comments that they're in good spirits, from what I know, they're staying at a hotel room now. So John says, I'm sorry to hear their kitten died in the fire and that they lost their home. Very upsetting. No one's home at this time. No one was home at this time on the fire. No, I just heard this electrical fire circuit tripped and on other details. Yes. So John, if you read up on the comments, that's so yeah. No one was home. It was a blow dryer tripped. Something happened with the blow dryer, tripped a circuit, and so if you read up on the comments, I'm messing it up, but even if you just share the link or just awareness to have your smoke detectors in working order, that would be great. Yeah. Fish Sandwich Show's been there, man. Fire is devastating. Took me years to recover emotionally from the loss of the stuff I cherished. I'll keep them in my prayers. Okay. Yeah. And that's, whatever, like I said, whatever you guys can do, if you guys can share this out, and even if it's just for you guys to, be aware how quickly things can happen. It can happen to any of us. It's sad. My heart goes out to them, and that's why I felt the need to do this. And like I said, honestly, I did not know that how I was going to react. I had planned to keep myself together as much as I could. So it's a strange thing because, I'm so used to doing a different type of stream, and this completely threw my emotions and things off course. And so I have to be real, and I have to be, on point about what I'm doing. So when you're doing the live, it just brings out the true emotions, and I think that's what I'm having to deal with here. So it's very hard. Muscle Car Appraisal, good morning to you. How's it going? Thank you for joining the stream. This is awareness to friends of mine who have just been through so tough things here. Life Through a Lens says hello there. Everybody just join the chat. Share this out if you can. Steph Opal says, love you all. Love you, my friend. Thank you, Steph, for being here. And sorry that we made you cry. That wasn't the intent, but I think it's very hard for all of us. My family lost. So this is Danny's story because he went through this. My family lost our house when I was 3 years old. I spotted my Christmas tree on the fire, and I told my mom, and she thought I was crazy until she went to look and then freaked out. I know how tough this is. So Danny's been through his Fish Sandwich Show also went through this. So he's saying that I lost all the pictures of my family. It's different today because you can put them online, and back in the day you couldn't. So again, my heart goes out to you guys. So you guys, know this coming from, from a child's perspective. You guys been there through situations like this. So yeah, Muscle Car Appraisal, if you're just joining in, the slideshow that you're seeing here, this is Heather and Ryan's house that they lost to an electrical fire last week. These are Danny Mick's photographs that he took, and he's given me permission to use them on this slideshow so that I can bring awareness to the situation. The link for them is in the description, so if you at least want to read the story, or at least that it brings awareness to the situation and to, in our own lives as our comings and goings, how quickly things can change, and the fact that this happened in the middle of winter is even worse. Yeah, so Muscle Car Appraisal just bringing all this to light, and sharing this out to you guys, because even though, Danny has been posting it on the group, and there's people on the Facebook group who have helped out. Um, you know, um, Believe it or not a whole lot of people have seen this. So I wanted to do this because even this will bring light to it. Philip Cocker said, please check your fire extinguishers along with your smoke and CO2 detectors, everyone. Yes. Speaking of pics, my sister-in-law had all their pics since she was a teen backed up on a hard drive that burned in the fire. And it's an example of what was lost in there. Oh, I don't know what to say. I'm really lost for words. Yeah, it's just sad. It's all around sad. This is the very least I could do, man. The very least. And as a human being, and as people that care, you want to try to reach out, and I better stop. I gotta get it back on point here. Sad, it's throwing me off a little bit. I didn't expect this to be like this, but it is. We gotta help each other out. Whatever we can do, So I know we get caught up in, creating and doing videos and doing all kinds of different things, but then things like this happen and make you realize how, unimportant those things really are. You just trying to, I understand, creating videos, doing your posts and doing all that stuff, but then, you dial it back, and stuff like this, it just, makes you realize, hey, let's slow down and take a breath, and let's help each other out. You know what I mean? Like, it's the least we could do for each other, So these are the photographs. If you're just joining in, and you're used to seeing me in a different light, it's a bit different. The slideshow that we got going on here, these are Danny's pictures that he took of this tragedy that just happened last week. What are you doing today is the power, or this interface. It's a big reason I love this community. Right? We can come together. John Duboff says, unfortunately, we all take a day in and day out for granted, especially as we're running about our day to day. Thankfully, during a crisis, we all come together to support one another. John, perfectly stated, my friend. Perfectly stated. Steph Opal, Philip Cochran saying it. Steph will bless you, my sweet. It's okay. It hits harder when it's people we love. I know how sensitive you are, and it is strength, not weakness. Love you to bits. Yes. I said, guys, I didn't do this to bring you all down. Do this so we can help each other out, and then we can come together. I know it's difficult, and didn't, Steph, sorry if I'm making you cry, but and who doesn't, if you're not human, if you're not feeling these emotions, like I said, I came on, I had him like, okay, I know what I'm gonna do, I know what I'm gonna say. I prepped, I was like prepped all week, because I talked to Danny a few days ago. I said, well, I'm gonna do this because I want to help you out, and so I was ready prepared. I thought about it, I'm like, okay, I got the story, got the pics, thought about everything that I was gonna say, and literally within a few minutes of starting the slideshow, it just kind of all fell apart. So what's left to do than just be kind of real and just talk on the real. I'm not laughing at the situation, I'm just laughing at myself because of the fact that I try to keep it all together, try to be on point, try to be as solid as I possibly can, and then this you start to do this, and then it just kind of like fell apart for me. Thanks thanks to all for all your kind words. This means a lot to me and will help them build their strength to keep positive. Love you guys more than you know. And, we're reaching out through whichever way we can, even though we're states apart, countries apart, If anything, we can bring awareness to the situation, because you can see how bad it is with these pictures, Yeah, it's hard. It's hard, It's a hard thing, and you can see, like it's just, this is after the fact, in the middle of winter, and it's a far deeper thing when you see like Fish Sandwich Show and Danny Mick sharing their stories because they went through this too. Life Through a Lens is sending out positive vibes. Thanks, man. See, Life Through a Lens is all the way out in the UK. Philip is in Canada. We can come together this morning and bring awareness to the situation. And I don't think that you guys realize by watching the photos. Mark McCoffey, hey, how's it going, man? Good to see you here, man. Things are going okay. We're just very different type of stream, Mark. Bringing light to the situation with Danny. So if you're watching the slideshow, if you're just joining in right now, Heather and Ryan lost their home last week, and these are photos that Danny Mick took. And you can just see the magnitude of the loss. Yeah, so just bringing light to the situation, and it's the least I could do. I was drinking my coffee. Yeah, so Mark, if you go back on the rebroadcast, I read off the story, or if you want to, down in the description of this stream is the link to their page. If you want to read more about it, there's some updates. By the way, Mark, just to let you know, no one was hurt except they lost a little kitten in the fire, but no one was home when this happened. Art by Sabrina, you're very good to do this, Frank. Hope they'll get much support. I can't imagine what they're going through. Yeah, Sabrina, I know. Sorry, I'm at work right now, so I'm a little bit in and out. No worries, Danny. Thanks for all the extra additional information that I didn't know, so that was very helpful. So yeah, Danny's at work, but yeah, so if you guys go down in the description of the stream, you will see the link to their page, and you can get more information about this situation. So if you're just joining in, Art by Sabrina says, poor cat, I love cats so much. And I would be extra heartbroken losing an animal too. Yeah, it is. Steph Oppo says, love you all, Frank, please. Yeah. So, guys, and if anything, we can all come together. We can come together and, help them out, even if it's by sharing the link, and then to bring awareness to each other, as our comings and goings, that we're careful what we're, Philip was saying earlier, and so is Danny, check your, make sure you got your fire extinguisher is in working condition, your fire detectors and all that. Check all that stuff in your house, So you don't want, you wouldn't want this to happen. You want to be prepared. So yeah, it's definitely awareness type of stream, episode 44 here. Mark says, very devastating. Yes, this is the least I could do. I felt it in my heart that it needed to be done and needed to be said. It's not about me, not whatsoever, to bring awareness to you guys. Bless you. Please check your stuff out, Steph. John says, in a moment, our lives change for the better or worse. The better now to repair, move forward in the community. Every moment is a gift. Others going through a battle you'll never hear about. Love and peace all. Thanks, John. And I know you're busy working, my friend. And everybody, I know you guys are all either on your way to work or if you're listening in, whatever it is, didn't mean to disrupt your morning. And I know, like I said, this is different than what I'm used to. So Philip Cochran says, good comment at John. Yes, very good comment. Art by Sabrina says, the local fire station runs campaigns to check them every Tuesday. We'll tell my husband to do the same in our house. I have a baby and a cat too. Yeah, so, like I said, Heather is 5 months pregnant, so, and then they have a daughter. So their daughter is dealing with the loss. So the kitten's name was Pepper, by the way. So he died in the fire. Or the kitten died in the fire. And, like I said, nobody was home. And this was an electrical fire. So if you're just joining in right now and you're coming into the stream, so what you're looking at here are photos of the home of Heather and Ryan lost their home last week. And this is an electrical fire, and these photos are being provided by Danny Mick. So as you're seeing in this slideshow, you can see the magnitude of the loss of the home, and it's just it's a sad thing. If you can share out the link, or or if you want to share this out, whatever you want to do to help out, that'll be awesome. Yeah, like I said, I know it's a bit different than what I'm used to doing. Lost my composure a little bit earlier on, so I apologize for that. And if anything, this will bring us together as people, right? It's not as just icons and just online things, the people behind these screens and people behind these icons, you know what I mean? Life Through a Lens is a great comment to John Duboff, a perfect comment. Philip Cochran says, I almost died in a fire once. Changed my life, and I plan on telling the story soon. Okay. And please do, Philip, to help people prevent it from happening to them. Yes, I think that, all of us at one point or another have experienced some level of deep tragedy. Art by Sabrina says, don't apologize for being genuine. Okay, thanks. Thanks for sharing that link, John. Appreciate it. Yeah. So yeah, very different. And but like Danny Mick said, they are in good spirits. I know originally they were staying by Danny's house. Heather and Ryan and her daughter were staying at Danny's house. They are now moved to a hotel. They're doing much better. The campaign is going good. So if you actually go to the campaign and you see what's happening with it, you can see that a lot of people have stepped in to help out. And John is actually providing some very good links for you guys. So if you guys want to be up to date with your fire extinguishers, your fire detectors, and all that, John is gracious enough to take some time out of his day to provide these links down here, which is awesome. Thank you, John, and thank you for moderating. It's so awesome of you to take the time to help. Life Through a Lens says, that would be great to watch. Philip Cochran, I'd like to hear your story. Yeah. And John Dewar says, so glad you're here with us at Philip Cochran. Yes. So guys, so this is great. This part, that everybody comes together and is aware, and then you start to see, and if anything, it brings out the humanity inside all of us, right? And each and every one of us. If this stream does anything, is to bring us together and to realize, how quickly things can change in our lives, but through it all, we persevere with strength, and we find a way through it, and it brings us together, So I think, if anything, that the humanity inside of us is built up from it, from situations like this, and we can come together. Danny Mick said, again, thank you all for this. You're all awesome. View this as a God bless. I'll check out my PayPal. Be well. All much love. My respect for Franco. Thank you. View this. Much respect to you, and thank you for taking a few minutes out of your morning to look at this. Like I said, very different than what I'm used to, and you guys are seeing a side of me that you probably never seen before. But this needed to be done. Regardless of how I feel, and coming out in kind of in this way that I usually don't do it. But it needs to be done to bring awareness to this whole situation. So, all right. So we got the links in the chat. The chat will stay up once this stream is archived. I'm gonna switch over now and get off the slideshow. Let me grab myself here, grab my tiny self, and put myself back in order here, even though I'm not in complete order yet. But okay, transition over. All right, guys. So once again, thank you very much for taking the time out of your morning to listen to this story. If you watched the rebroadcast, John is giving out some links that are very helpful for fire prevention and fire safety. Can you copy and paste the fire safety links in your post? Yes. John, I'll grab the links that you're sharing, and then I'll put them in the description along with the GoFundMe campaign that's down there too. I would like to help out as well. I hope it can help the family, and the little girl can replace some of their toys that she lost. Yeah, whatever you can do. Hey, idiot of the day, Jeff. Good to see you. I'm just wrapping things up. A very different type of stream. So Jeff, sorry that you missed the slideshow and the story, but it's in the description below. This was more or less an awareness type of stream for everyone, actually, and this is for Danny Mick's family that they lost their home last week. So I've been talking about it all morning since the stream started, but I'm about to wrap things up. So, idiot of the day, if you go back and you watch the rebroadcast, you'll understand. Lost a little bit of my composure there for a second, but all right, guys, I just want to thank you guys so much, everyone that was in here. Steph, I'm sorry that I had you in tears, and everyone else. Thanks for for everything, everything that you did this morning on the chat, sharing your stories. Obviously, there's a lot of things that I didn't know regarding the situation, and now we brought awareness to that. John is sharing more information on the chat, which is helpful. All these links, and I'm gonna take the links and add them to the description of this live stream. All right, I'm gonna wrap things up, and we're gonna do episode 45 next week. Guys, thank you so much for joining, for sharing your stories, for listening in. Thank you, Danny, for allowing me permission to use your photographs and for telling the story. Sorry for bringing everyone down this morning. This shows how fast life can change. No need for apologies, Danny. No apologies needed at all. This needed to be done. This needed to be said. This needed to take place. I feel it in my soul that this is what needed to happen. So, definitely. So, John, take care, everyone. Danny, thank you so much. We can all go back to work, but definitely if you are watching the rebroadcast, so Jeff, if you watch the rebroadcast or anybody coming along, please check down in the description. Go to the Heather and Ryan GoFundMe page and see what this is all about. All right, guys, I'm going to cut this out. Thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you on episode 45. Love you guys. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.